Hey there, teachers. You may have noticed I'm posting with more frequency than I have sometimes. That's because it's fall and we're hard at work. We're back in school, you could say. It's a picture of Allegra Fuller Snyder. That's Buckminster Fuller's daughter. And she was here in Portland for the opening of the one man play by D.W. Jacobs, who I've talked about also in this channel. And Tara's in the middle, and my mom, Carol Erner, she's on the right. Now, she passed away recently. I wrote a short bio on Medium that I will link to in the description. I think it's interesting if you're getting into working on my angle on things to pick up more about where I'm coming from in terms of where in the matrix, right? Like, I'm another character on your radar, and I don't want to be stingy. And so through me, you can meet my mom and my dad, Jack Erner. He's linked in here too. So I'm providing background on me, and I would say this is part of place-based education. And I would encourage any School of Tomorrow teacher to follow this template to some degree. Now, that's not as easy for some as others. I've learned with the Quakers, for example, that many are very reticent to be in any public directory, to have their name in circulation in any way they don't know about. So it's something that you have to manage, your identity online and all of that. I can't come in and tell you what to do on that. I can just tell you, in my case, I'm kind of generous with my location data, and it's easier to find me because I'm out there as this sort of teacher trainer. You know, I advertise basically, as a lot of people do. It's like I'm not in any way unique in this regard. I wanted to mention, without logging in here actually, it wasn't my intention to log in. And by the way, thank you, Ryan, for introducing me to Vivaldi, another web browser. We've all heard of Firefox and Chrome and Internet Explorer and those kinds. Edge, isn't it Edge now? But Vivaldi doesn't get a lot of press, and I see a lot to like so far, enjoying it. So I can just slide the slider on the bottom right and get bigger and smaller on the screen, which you can do with others, but not with a slider. It's not quite that easy. So here I'm on Trim Tab Book Club, and let's circle back to this bibliography, because doing this fall term work where I'm wanting to like boost your reading list in some way, and you're like, well, I'm already reading a ton of stuff, like I don't have time for more stuff. That might be it, but let's say it's a treasure hunt, let's put it that way, because this bibliography of Fuller's materials is pretty hard to find. I would say it's a gem if you can find it. And maybe just writing to Synchronophile will do it for you. I don't know. I would like to find out actually. But in the meantime, synchronophile.com is another one of those websites that you might want to contact. This is Trevor Blake. Trevor Blake is good at WordPress. He's better at WordPress than I am. And when he was trying to encourage me in what direction to take next, at one point where I felt I wasn't sure where to go next, he highly encouraged me to pick up on WordPress more. And to get me started, he designed a front page template for my grunch.net as it did appear on WordPress. But that got hacked, the whole website. Not Trevor's fault at all. It's just that some of his styling and coolness has gone away. If you go back in archive.org, you can probably find the Wayback Machine. What it used to look like, it was better in some ways. I mean, it's simpler now, but it was never very cluttered. Like, and I've used a lot of, like, there's still, what Trevor did for me is still somewhat evident. But this is where you can front end into Synergetics on the web through grunch.net. Now, I thought I fixed this. I embedded another video in this place. Yes, I did fix it. So this is a slideshow from like recently, 2023, embedded inside of a website that I developed in the 1990s, and I mostly treat as an archaeological dig, as I've said before. I've been cycling back through these pages lately in recent videos, but not because these pages are new. They're like 30 years old and so forth. Older than that. Wait a minute. It's 2023. Yeah. So like 30 years ago, I was doing these pages, hand-coded HTML. I wasn't super good at CSS. I'd say I'm still not super good at CSS because I grew up at a time when you could just go in and hand code everything and upload it to static HTML files, and to this day, right? Now, if you want to wget all this stuff and have a backup copy, if you know how to do that kind of thing, feel free. I think redundancy is good. At one point, there was a university, a polytechnical school in Iran that like mirrored big chunks of my website, and I'm pleased about that. It's like, do that again if you want. Like anywhere. I'm not saying Iran in particular, but certainly Iran. If you know about Fuller's book Humans in Universe with Anwar Dill, writing about Persia, stuff like this, it's thematically connected. So it's an old website. It has some broken links. I just wanted to let you know. Here it actually says the word bullet. That's kind of funny. I should come in here and fix that at some point, maybe. But on the other hand, I'm trying to leave the door open for, like, if you're contemporaneous with me in 2023 and you want to start a Synergetics website from scratch, maybe using elements of mine, using some of these ideas and so forth, study mine in order to create a new one, that's the kind of thing I encourage. Don't wait for me to kick off, like you're like, oh, he won't give me permission or whatever. I'm a very open sourcey kind of guy, and I am encouraging imitation or just let me be an influence, one of many, right? Continue on with this work in your own way because that's your opportunity here. And so let me encourage that. In other words, heuristics for teachers fall term 2023. Take this as a course where you embark on some of your own projects and then go forth and share them as I'm doing, as I'm role modeling, right? In other words, create some work that reflects some of this content, and then don't be shy about putting it out there and making links to the growing corpus so that we all have kind of an interweaving global curriculum, which we have already. I'm just encouraging its continued growth. So that's my message for the day, and I'll see you soon.